Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
I feel like I have some announcements. Oh, tonight in the Kiltz Mighty Tribe, we have the lovely Bella from Steak and Butter Gang as our special guest. So please show it up.
5:30 Eastern time.
5:30 Eastern time.
Oh, it's time. All right, I gotta go live. You gotta go live. All right,
We're
ready.
live over here.
We are live.
He's going live on Instagram. So yeah, and hashtag KMT for Kiltz's Keto is Carnivore book. And we are starting in 2 days the next round of the Kiltz Health Coaching course. After we start that round, we're also going to make an additional digital on your own version of the course. But if you want to be part of the live course with Dr. Nelson, it starts this week. The first call will be with me. You still have time to sign up for the course. Sign up below, sign up on kiltzhealth.com, sign up in KMT. You can sign up everywhere.
And we're gonna add some Q&A throughout, and Dr. Nelson's gonna invite Dr. Kiltz sort of for a few little bonus things throughout the process. And I'm excited about being invited for that. So thank you, Dr. Nelson.
We're building Kiltz Academy.
We're live on KMT. And thank you, Sharon McCabe is the first to give us a message. Good morning. We have Instagram live. We'll see if I lose my signal a little bit here. And of course, the wonderful the real Dr. Nelson and the real Miss Alia from Colombia. And we're here to talk about keto, carnivore, faith, fasting, fitness, beautiful life. And Kiltz is still a carnivore, by the way. And we're just softening the story, including increasing our inclusiveness for all peoples, herbivores, omnivores, carnivores, and all people. That's one of the most important things that I want to emphasize as my mission in this keto carnivore lifestyle for all of us.
I love that.
And hashtag KMT, let me put it in for all of us. And if you put in hashtag KMT on Instagram or Kiltz Mighty Tribe, and I'm chosen, then I'll pick a winner from one of those formats.
And me too. There we go. I'll pick a winner also.
Yeah,
if it's my name, pick a winner also.
Yeah. So if Alia, Dr. Nelson gets picked, then I'll pick through KMT or Instagram. That's good. Bobby Goats, Karen McMath, Dr. Nelson, Angela Evans, Paul Clark, Dr. Nelson, B. Rose, Wendy J, Sharon McCabe, B. Rose again, Kimberly M, Cheryl Camp, Mr. Cast Iron, Main Runner, Rick Perez in the house, Lilia Novak, Jamie Gear, Juliet Edens, Roxanne, friend Jerry Vojtash, Angela Mullins, Main Runner again, Jay Butt. I'm trying to get everyone. Anthony S, Juliet, Linnea, Chuck Matson, Cheryl Camp, thinking of you, praying for you, Amy, every day since I heard about your accident. What's Amy going on?
She had a car accident this week.
Oh man, prayers, visualize healing for all of us. Brisket Boomers. Saturday injured my sternum with a seatbelt and marble-like piece of jewelry. Taking me an hour to get dressed up. But healing Amy. We're all sending prayers of healing to Amy. Michael Smith, good morning from London, Ontario. Awesome. Let's see, Cheryl Camp. Just making sure. There we go. Brian Fly Fisherman Dish. Hello, good morning to all. And we appreciate your comments, your shout outs. Who's on tonight on the KMT Live at 5:30 Eastern time?
Bella. Everyone's invited. Everyone's invited. You just have to give up your email, join the Kiltz Mighty Tribe, be there at 5:30, and you are invited.
Yeah, and I'm a member of SBG, and we can be members of lots of organizations, and it's an investment James Sherman in the house. It's an investment to all of our health and wellness. Remember that.
Hello, James.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, James. How you doing?
Very good. Yourself?
Very good, thank you. Beautiful day in paradise.
Whereabouts are you?
I'm in Skinny Atlas, New York, in Syracuse area. And
My very good friend is from Skinny Atlas. I just watched the Miami game and the Steelers game with him. He's from Skinny Atlas. His dad was a famous lawyer up there.
Do we give names?
Absolutely. Gleason. His name's Mark Gleason.
Mark Gleason. Know the name? I'm sure I met Mark.
Yeah.
And did he go to high school here?
I'm not from there, but I ski every day with him at Killington.
Okay.
And so he's got his boats up there on the big lakes up there.
Yeah.
And he spends 6 months of the year there on the lakes all the time, and then 6 months of the year skiing here.
Oh, that's pretty rough life. But that's what we're here to do, to joy in life and connect. And I'm from LA. Upstate New York is beautiful. Vermont, Killington, the Northeast, the Northwest, all around the country and the globe is just such an amazing place. And traveling. I'm traveling to Lisbon tomorrow night, and then I'll be in Barcelona for about 10 days. So I'm really excited about the travels. Maybe I'll get a little video or two released while I'm on my travels. We'll see. We'll see. Just sharing the word work. So tell us a little bit about yourself, James. Vermont's Best. Is that it?
That's my company.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So I don't know. When I was a little kid, in the back of the comic books, they had the Charles Atlas with a skinny guy getting kicked the sand in his face. So when I was 10 years old, I got the weightlifting set, and I was into that lifestyle my whole life, and really always tried to be healthy. And what that meant forever and ever was the food pyramid, and making sure that you ate all the different colors of the fruits and vegetables, and you made sure you got all of your greens, and made sure you didn't have hardly any butter or any bacon or any red meat because of how bad that was. And so I did bodybuilding, and I've been an athlete my whole life. I've been involved with all this stuff my whole life. And I've had 4,000 clients in Manhattan. I trained with Mr. America in his private training studio.
Wow.
I trained David Blaine for his Houdini punch from Kimbo Slice. I trained John Mayer for years. And so I've always been into that kind of a lifestyle. And so I'm always open to it. Like I love food. I love all that kind of food. I learned to love all that kind of food. And then because I'm always into it, it was, I don't know what year it was, but it was 2018, 19, 20, somewhere around there onto my universe of research. It just, carnivore came into my research, and I was like, what? And so I just dove deep into reading about it, and I would happily do like that's why I ate, all the different greens. That's why I ate all the colored fruits and vegetables. That's why I had clients in Manhattan that paid me to either buy the food and cook it or prepare it or all of that stuff. And I was sharing with them the world's best of the best knowledge of what I was aware of. And then when I read that, I dove deep and read a lot about it. And then those many years ago, it wasn't difficult for me to email Sean Baker, Dr. Sean Baker, directly. So I just emailed him, and I said, so you're telling me I'm not going to miss any essential nutrients whatsoever just by eating beef and drinking water, and I'm not going to miss out on anything essential by not eating any fruit or any vegetable or any grain. Because I've been into all of that. And the thing is that from Mr. America's perspective, he showed me that he could win Mr. America and still eat a ton of McDonald's. What we can do with our body is really, really amazing. What we put in, it's just, do we want to deal with so much poison, or do we want to thrive? And so when he emailed me back and said, no, I'm not going to miss out on anything essential, and I'm one way or the other. I'm going to get everything I need from the beef and the water, and I'm not going to miss anything by not having any fruit or any vegetable. So I did it straight like that for about 3 or 6 months. And, I always feel smart and I always feel strong, but I felt smarter and I felt stronger. And so then, I added in things as I wanted. I definitely added in as much as I want: butter, bacon, ground beef, steak. I do all of that. And then if I'm at my mom, I've got my mom to go about 90% of this. I've got a guy that was kind of chubby, that now is an Adonis, and he's a top guy at PricewaterhouseCoopers, and he's 25, and he's won the Killington Ski Race Championship for the Masters program, 30 and under. He's won it for the last 3 years in a row, and he's gone 90. So he's gone 90+% carnivore. So basically what I coined a term, because there's so many of us that grew up like this, and because Dr. Baker coined the term carnivore, I coined the term carnivore wolf. So I just tell people 90+% of the time, wake up in the morning, go for a walk, have water. And then the very first thing, when you are really actually hungry, already be prepared, check out Bella, the steak and butter gal, and have a meal prepared that's delicious, that's primarily ground beef and some, and you can just start to thrive like that. And then if there's ever a desire to have an apple, or you want a brownie once in a while, but don't make it a staple. And then I also tell them for a fact, like I didn't think about this ever, that anything that's plant-based ultimately is digested by a human as sugar, and sugar causes inflammation and disease. And if you make what you eat and consume a staple of what digests as plant-based as a sugar, you're going to have big problems, chronic health problems. So that's it.
Where does fiber fit in your thoughts of this?
Don't need it.
It can be harmful. It adds to the fermentation of the gut.
Ugh.
And fermentation makes methane, alcohol, and aldehydes. And
you don't need it in you. Don't want it in you.
Yep. But routine of exercise, movement. Do we need to be lifting weights, or is it simple to get out and walk and move every day?
Yeah, walk and move, perfect.
This complexity. Do you think I've been having this conversation with my brother Ray about are we carnivores, or are we evolved as omnivores?
We are carnivores, but we can eat anything.
Well, I throw that out there in essence. We're meat centric for sure. Would we call a bear a carnivore?
I don't. You know what I love about what I'm doing is because I list right on my website. You as one of my doctor guides. You and Sean Baker and Anthony Chaffee and Ken Berry, because when it gets down to those nuances, I leave that up to you, other people that are I didn't come up with carnivore. I didn't come up with omnivore. I didn't come up with herbivore. I can eat herbs if I want to. If I eat a whole bunch of, I can get to a point where if I eat too much of that stuff, I'll puke it out in the middle of the night because it'll sit in my stomach and I can eat too much of it. It's wow. But I can digest it and I can handle it. I like milk. I love the milk products, but it's no big benefit for me now.
You seem like a very energetic guy.
Totally.
And I'm curious about where sort of thoughts and mindset come in all of this, in a daily mindset practice.
When in the 1970s, when I was a kid growing up, my grandfather had a good business here in Rutland, Vermont. My father had a business here in Rutland, Vermont. I thought the world was the best thing ever. I didn't really have any idea what I was going to do to make it any better. So I just went off on my own adventures, and I lived in Boston. I lived in Manhattan. I had a really, 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 really great time doing a lot of different things, but it's really quite astounding to me now. I've got people that are doctors. I've got people that are nurses, that it's beyond brainwashing. Like, it's their gospel how healthy plants are.
Yeah.
even as they're so sick. Like there's people that are so ill. And then I see college students. Like I sat down with a friend of mine's daughter, and in the first year of she's 19 years old. When she was 18, she was still perfect. She went away to college and she's put on 75 pounds and her face is broken out and she's round. And she thinks that plants are healthy. And they're paying for all the best doctors and people to mess with her brain. And meanwhile, I understand why she's in the shape that she's in, because she's been living these brainwashed lies from people that have laid layer upon layer on it. And now her brain is telling her something that's really, really bad. And they're saying, no, it's okay, just eat it. And they're paying lots of money for that.
So ultimately, if we look at the pinnacle of healthiest dietary habits for humans, the carnivore lifestyle, I believe, is the healthiest thing that I've ever found in my life.
Amazing that you found that out and share that with people. I'm so thankful that you guys all did that. That's why I know you all by name.
Oh, well, again, and we're recruiting all of our brothers and sisters around the globe. Many people eat plants and animals and seem to do okay. But my concern is they are okay today, but maybe not tomorrow.
Well, yeah, take a look at everybody. Take a look at the accumulated effect. I mean, people get to a certain age. When we were humans that died by the time we were 40 for our whole lives, for the whole civilization. But now we can live to 100. So do you want to, those last 60 years of your life, do you want to look like you're 80 years old?
And
worse?
And the you know, I'm having conversations with some friends who've become family in essence that are working on a movie to share this around the globe, and ultimately we're best in bringing people together in a positive way and sharing the positive aspects and inviting all others to just tip your toe in and taste it up and see what it's like for 30 days.
Yes, that's brilliant. You have to be so soft about it, because up here in Killington, we have the you know it, I guess. So we have the World Cup and the US Open. So the people that are coming in and out of here on any given weekend is by the tens of thousands, but the locals up here, it's not that many. So we all kind of know each other. And as you drive up the Killington Road, I put up a huge sign. It says Vermont's best premium beef. Sides, quarters, jerky, tallow. Everybody up here, up and down this whole road knows me about this for the beef, and knows me about this as the health guy that promotes the beef. But I don't get into anybody's face about it. And I don't preach. And everybody will see me going out to the restaurants, and they'll still see me eating salads and desserts and cocktail. But that's why I came up with my carnivore diet, my carnivore wolf, because my primarily every single day, and basically every single day, that's what I do. From 8 o'clock last night till 10 o'clock, whatever this morning, I just had a coffee, little carbs in the coffee. But besides that, I'm not going to eat until, I don't know, 10, 11, 12. And then I'm going to eat a whole bunch of beef, maybe some eggs, maybe some bacon. And then I'm not going to eat again. But if I want to have a little bit of something, I will. And everybody knows about me. And so people are talking about it, and some people are doing it just in this little Killington.
We're sort of creating a little buzz in this world about ideas for healing that are radically different than we've all been taught. And where's your thoughts on fasting? And have you practiced that at all? Do you talk about it and share it?
Yep. Well, that's my point, is that I only digest a couple of times a day. I only digest primarily one period of time a day is when I'm digesting. So the rest of the period of time of the day, which is 98% of the day, I'm fasting.
Any multiple day fasts? Have you practiced that at all yet?
I've not practiced it. I've done it once or twice, maybe into like 2 days, and I've found it fun.
Yeah, so it's a challenge. We like these challenges a little bit. I've got a question here from Ryan Pasquale or Pasquale on KMT. Good morning, everyone. What is the best way to lower cholesterol? I'm 95% carnivore. I see a lot of people taking ashwagandha. Any thoughts? Go ahead. James, you want to jump in on that? If not, Dr. Nelson and all of us.
Okay, I'll happily give you my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, my mindset is that what we want about for cholesterol now is not really what we've thought about before. So I think that you primarily want to continue to be eating primarily carnivore as much as you possibly can. And the best benefits that you're going to get from anything is primarily going to be just pure on carnivore. Maybe you need a little bit more. Maybe you need a little bit more butter. Maybe you need a little bit more bacon. But I wouldn't take anything that's an ashka something.
And I may have misspoken. It's cortisol, not cholesterol. So I apologize if I did.
Cortisol. Same thing. Yeah. Kind of the same answer. The only supplement that I've found that I recommend to people is creatine, and that's basically what you'd get from eating a lot of red meat.
Dr. Nelson, well, go 100% carnivore, a little more butter, and I always throw in some meditation, prayer, good thoughts, listening to Kiltz Mighty Tribe in the morning with our great guests, and a little grounding, sunlight therapy, and go skiing, snowboarding. I'm a snowboarder, and go for a walk in life.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's brilliant to add that in. Yeah, absolutely. I'm so positive, and how you were just bouncing around, Dr. Kiltz, that I'm either sleeping or I'm active. That's why I'm not sitting. And that whole thing about getting us taught to sit for 8 hours a day like that, I never really like that because I can't move around. I love to be able to move around. I don't even have a desk set up to sit.
I'm ADHD, always doing
healthy,
done. Always doing healthy done. Again, this idea we label something bad, but maybe it's really a badass great thing to be, right?
Yes. Well, you're gonna meet my buddy Mark Gleason from Skinny Atlas. He's gonna get such a hoot out of this because you guys kind of look like brothers already.
Well, connect us. I know Mark Gleason, but it's sort of like at 70, it takes me a little longer to like. Oh,
he's your age. He's your age.
Oh,
exactly.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Well, I was at Mirbeau Restaurant last week with my friend Joe McCaffrey, and I hear someone say, "Rob," I turn around and I didn't recognize anyone, and then the person comes right next to me. Hey, Rob, how you doing? I said, "Oh, I'm great." Now, okay. Do you live on? I asked a couple questions and then like 5 hours later, I said, "Oh, that was Sue." It's sort of like, duh.
Well, this guy, Mark Gleason, my buddy, he was on a chairlift with another guy, Tom Ryan. They hadn't seen each other since 5th grade, but they lived on the same block. They were best friends, and all the way up through 5th grade, they hadn't seen each other. They started talking like this, and then one said Skinny Atlas, and the other said the street, and the other said Maple Street, and this street, and that. They were like, and then they're best friends again now, skiing almost all the time up in Killington.
Yeah, it's the best. I've been up to Killington area in a long time. It's I mostly try to go out west.
Okay, nice.
And I used to snowboard here locally. It's in Syracuse. They got some nice spots. They're great.
Yep. Mark's boy is a big beer distributor out there, and so he's the member at there's like the fancy mountain there.
Creek Peak, all the others will come to me in a second.
Well, anyway, yeah, I have not been out there, but he's from there, and yeah, I love going out west. After living 19 years in Manhattan, I just decided that I wanted to live in the mountain, and I decided Killington because this is where my roots are from.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. We'll get some other questions. I got another one here on KMT. I'm not seeing one on Instagram yet. This is Lee Van Rensburg. Good morning. I've been on carnivore for over a year and been struggling for 3 months now with the bad rash hives, mainly over upper arms, back, lower legs. Could this be due to oxalate dumping? Could be.
Probably having some histamine issues.
Yeah, but it also could be, contact dermatitis with what you're wearing, and the detergents and the soaps and the deodorants and everything else we use. What you're sleeping on. That's the kind of the craziness. You can get some mold. I mean, it's everywhere. So it doesn't mean we're not going to get other things, but I really think environment. The things you're putting on your body, try some tallow, and maybe look more carefully and get a join Kiltz Mighty Tribe on our carnivore course, and come to our Monday night Q&A. Really good at 5:30. Do you have some other live Q&As on Zooms, Dr. Nelson?
We have Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
And by joining KMT, the Mondays for free. Right now, we got Tuesday and Thursday.
Yep.
For 10 and 3rd. We're working on maybe manipulating a little bit, and we'll stay tuned. We'll let you know. Remember, it's all an investment in your health and wellness. James, tell us a little about your website, and what people can find there, and how important it is for all of us to create our story and put it out there.
Okay, so I moved out of New York City in 2019. I came up here to Vermont, which is where my roots are. I met the 6th generation Hubbard's Bald Mountain Farm owners. They've got a small herd of Black Angus cattle. So I started to buy full carcasses and share what I was doing with all of my friends. Continued on that and started to create beef jerky. Well, first of all, having sides and quarters available. So on the website, basically is a culmination of all the work that I've been doing. So now we've got Vermont's best Black Angus cattle, can be delivered or picked up, full sides, quarters, all the way down to 31-pound boxes of grass-fed, grain-finished, well-marbled, delicious beef that's all overseen by one family, the Hubbard family in Vermont. We make also beef jerky and Vermont's best tallow skin lotion. All of this is on my website, Vermont's Best. And it's all based upon from what I've learned. Believe me, if you take a look at my old Instagram pictures, you're going to see where I've got my own herd of Scottish Highlander cattle. And I had growing here in the Catskills over 100 varieties of plants and vegetables. This is what I was doing all the way up until 2019. So now I've just realized the best of the best is the beef. And so I've got it available for people. And in the snack form, in the jerky, and then the best stuff for the tallow, which is just fantastic. I mean, we render it 4 times, we filter it 4 times. Wow. It's spectacular. And it's only the 4th time that I started to do this with friends and family. And then this website, I put the website up and now it's available for other people.
And the community is growing, and the local farmers, ranchers, producers are there. You just got to get out and seek them out. What's your thoughts on chicken, fish, turkey, lamb, goat, pork, and finding sources and the value of mixing it up a little bit, that it's okay?
Oh, it's definitely okay. I think that it's fantastic. I really feel that your primary basis should be the ground beef. And then after the ground beef, fish, turkey, chicken, seafood, fresh local meat, excellent. I just think primarily because of the power for the brain, which humans only get from the beef, make sure your staple is the beef.
Any particular ailments that you found really worked well for yourself when you went carnivore?
Well, yeah. All of your face clears up. If you're filling yourself up with all kinds of fruits and vegetables in a plant-based diet, you're really filling yourself up, and you might end up with that oxalate dump. And that's just from what I've learned. But you can really have bad things going on, and it comes out through your skin. And if you restrict it all the way back to a fast, a water, and ground beef, you can and do that for a period of time, like Doctor, you're saying for 30 days. Wow, can you really clear yourself up? I've experienced this.
I love it. I love it. I love it. How would you with other comments in the
We have
chat?
one question. Hey, James, this is from Maureen. Are you a Vermonter? I'm from Rutland area.
From Rutland, yes.
Let's see what we don't have any other questions. Y'all have any questions here?
Globally, we're seeing people that are looking at carnivore. Just had a great crew. Simon and his family was here. John and his crew and wife here, looking at creating content in a movie like we're seeing coming up and growing around the globe. And you know, no matter, I went to Madrid last year at the hotel, and the wine guy says, "You're Dr. Kiltz, the carnivore guy, right?" You know, and wherever we go in the world, the carnivore lifestyle is growing, and there are meetups happening around the globe. And have you done a meetup in the Vermont area yet?
Have not, but it's been percolating in my brain. So this right here is, you know, the latest marketing piece that I'd sent out. And it was only a week ago that there's the beef tallow right there.
Yeah.
There's the sides, there's the quarters, there's the jerky, there's the health benefits to it. So it was 2 weeks ago that I printed those out. I only printed out 100 of them, and I brought them to all the best places in this Killington and Rutland, Vermont area, including the Killington Hilton. And so now the Killington Hilton is now buying a large quantity of this beef, and I get to promote it and have specialties for it and have a place where we can bring people to, and this is what was my whole plan, my whole hope, to have a place where people could come experience it, love it, and I already have other people there that are talking about it from so many different perspectives.
Do you think if we bring beef back in the healthy marbled beef that our country is well known for, and add that to our diet on a regular basis, bacon, eggs, butter, beef, salt, and if you're going to eat some plants, cook them well, minimize them, but bring meat as the central part and the fat as a central part of our nutrition, do you predict that we're going to heal so many people, lower their need for the Western medical system?
It's yes. That right there is exactly what that's what my hope is. That's exactly what my hope and goal is. Because if we had been told, if I'd been told what we're doing right now, I was a voracious reader as a young age. So if this had crossed my radar anywhere, this is what I would have done. And if you think of it, you know, think of Dr. James Salisbury. This is what he was doing. If the country had gone down that route, instead of the pharmaceutical $4.9 trillion just pharmaceutical industrial complex route, where now every it's the most natural thing to watch on television, drug commercial for this and for that. Now it's the most natural thing to watch on the television, the commercial for the drugs for the dogs. We don't have to be going down that road. My dogs that are sleeping right here, they eat just the same way that I do. All they get is eggs and protein. And the beef's not necessarily for them because it doesn't affect their brain as the same as the humans. So yeah, my whole premise here, and it's on my website as well. And I've actually found a way for us all to benefit healthy, wealthy, and wise. We can all become healthy, wealthy, and wise because if we simply did this, and the thing is also, if you think back, I remember day one when I got my first healthcare insurance, and like, yeah, it's just $2,000 a month, and what do you get from it? A lifetime of being on pharmaceuticals. And
Wow.
So that's an interesting point here. That what would you invest every month for better nutrition, better insight, and positive thoughts and ideas? A community around the globe that is about let's all get together, let's go for a walk, let's share a conversation, be uplifting, and the next level is potentially to create a self-funded health insurance product, believe it or not.
Yes, preach,
That
say it.
enables people that, again, we're helping our brothers and sisters in sharing and helping them be healthy. At the same time, if they need something, they have something extra that will help them process. Because we can't deny that the problem is all of us in some way may need the Western medical system, but the problem is it's so darn expensive.
Well, the thing is the miracles of modern medicine I'm so thankful for. So the surgeries that I've had, if it wasn't for the miracles of modern medicine, I wouldn't be as the athlete that I am. So I'm so thankful to the miracles of modern medicine. What I don't think is that every human should be on pharmaceuticals from cradle to grave.
Right.
And I know that by eating carnivore or primarily carnivore, that you don't need to be on all the pharmaceuticals, and you can reverse the chronic diseases. And from my time in Manhattan, I developed, one of my clients is Ari Singh. He's was a managing director for Neuberg Berman, $1 trillion private bank. He's focused on healthcare. So when I was a kid, what I wanted was, when I want to have babies, I want that medical cost covered. If I've got a medical expense that's an emergency that's over $10,000, I want that covered. When I go to the doctor, if it's going to cost me $250 to go see the doctor, I'll pay that. I don't want to just medical prescription. So I talked with some of my friends on Wall Street and actuarial tables and healthcare experts from the Wall Street perspective. And I said, let's build a business model that covers healthcare and covers emergency medical over $10,000. And let's see if we can't do that in such a way that it only costs $500 for the year. And then let's let everybody that buys that, let them be owners in it, because it'll become a public company and they'll make money from it. Now we're healthy and wealthy and wise. So we're working on that right now.
Well, and I love the idea. Again, this is public. It's a public company that all of us are investing in it. We're not waiting for the government, someone else to. That's where I think as we build this carnivore lifestyle, we have an idea that we can help more people, but everyone has to contribute. But you have to start thinking about how are you going to change your lifestyle that you're now, healthcare was bankrupting my company. And, what's everyone doing? It's diabetes, it's cancer, and autoimmune diseases. Everyone is consuming a diet that is the most deadly thing I've ever seen. And if you look at OTR, it's a YouTube channel, OTR Food and History. He's out there eating everything, which, we got to get him to the carnivore side. But what he's doing is he's also showing the history of how we've gotten here with bread, beer, sugar, the commodities, tobacco, alcohol. These are the things that we're all sort of pushing around. Help with keto rash, please. This is Instagram. Tallow, carnivore, fasting, right? Butter.
Yes. Dr. Kiltz, we got some questions here.
Yep.
Jeff Sullivan would like to know if we eat the gristle from the steak.
I eat it all.
Yeah, eat it all.
That's collagen. If you
Yeah,
want to
I
take
have to eat
collagen
it.
supplements, just your meat.
Yeah, eat the meat, bone broth or meat stock.
Oh yeah,
You know,
delicious.
literally, again, it's either way, but you know, I can imagine that big pot where everything went in it, and you know, then they're adding, you know, a lot of it adding the vegetables was add more filler because the truth is that they didn't have a lot of meat for so long, but really, it's all you need is the meat, and putting it in a cauldron. I think rare to raw is the very best that you can eat.
Lewis would like to know about your
Website.
website. Yeah, can you repeat it? The Vermont's Best website, or you're welcome to put it in the chat also.
Sure, it's getvermontsbest.com.
Okay. Okay, I'll type it up in a second. Next question. Would have visited while in Vermont this weekend, but all the hotels are sold out. Next time.
Comment.
Mer-
Yeah. So the health insurance substitute idea that you're talking about, James, you're working on. Is that right? Or is it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And I think, again, that's what we want to do in our communities. Let's create the carnivore lifestyle community. Everyone's welcome. Vegetarians, Mediterraneans, pescatarians, carnivorians. You know, we want everyone in this house. We
Yes.
want everyone. This
Yes.
is, well, if you don't do this, you don't. We all are part of the human force,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
We are a human force.
I love how you're talking about inviting however you eat, invite them in. Definitely.
Everybody.
That's the best thing to possibly do. Invite them in somehow.
Here's a good one. Fleur Wave, who's complaining about oxalates and rash and things. Takes me a long time to get used to eating only meat. I'm still drinking milk and eating eggs and bacon for breakfast. Is milk good for adults?
no.
What other mammal consumes milk?
Babies.
Babies. And that's it. And interesting enough, you know, that we're not having enough babies anymore and younger anymore, and we're waiting too long. And you know, then we're not recognizing how important breast milk is and breastfeeding is. And you know, maybe once you're done breastfeeding, you continue to store and freeze and donate that breast milk.
Right.
And breast production of milk, the mammary glands are damaged in a plant protein low fat diet, which is kind of crazy. Right.
Interesting.
Oh, now, Lee Van Rosenberg said that raw milk has benefits, but is it more beneficial to consume it or not? Are we healing with it and using it? We are using it and we're claiming its value. I love, you know, raw cream and butter, but I'm not a yogurt, a kefir fan personally.
Well,
Anything
again,
else?
my humble opinion on that is just, again, a little bit here and there is one thing as a delicacy. That's why I love the word, again, delicacy, not a staple. I don't think that you want to really, now that I know what I know, I don't really think that any human wants to be loading themselves up on anything that's plant-based or breaks down as sugar. And that's where dairy comes in. Dairy ultimately breaks down as sugar in you, and it causes huge amounts of inflammation.
Rick was breastfeeding at age 20.
Oh.
I think he's joking.
He said he stopped drinking milk at age 20, and I'm thinking he stopped breastfeeding at age 20. Ultimately, milk is full of sugar and fat and minerals and vitamins and amino acids that are critical for babies, but also they must gain weight to be fat enough to survive. And that's what
it's a growth food.
It's a growth food, right? And
it's the perfect hack for a bodybuilder. Bodybuilders, their hack would be to drink a gallon of it a day. Ew. Because you'd get huge from it, but that's not healthy.
I say this as I have a piece of cheese next to me.
Yeah, a little cheese.
I misspoke about Rick. He was bottle feeding milk until he was 20. And you have to have fun with all of us, by the way. This is not like, so many people get so mad and so like lose their shirt over it.
Oh my gosh.
And this is about, listen, we have different opinions. That's great. And we want to be the shining light to be inclusive rather than the polarizing comments and conversations we're seeing so often out there.
Right.
Open. I've got friends that are still vegetarians.
Yeah.
I don't get any conversation. I do not get into any confrontational conversations.
I will cook for any of those people, whatever they want, and welcome in my home, by the way. And that's really what this is really about, is inclusive, kind, loving, and we're all listening to each other's story. It's just a story. Just a story. My grandmother smoked Pall Malls, drank Manhattans, and lived 104. Recommended new diet for all of us.
Pall Malls and Manhattan. We got a couple more questions, by the way. Let's see. Rick says he likes the idea of carnivore-based health insurance.
Yep, that's what it's carnivore. It's a carnivore life. Carnivore life, and the idea is that we're all carnivore in our nature, in essence, right? And,
absolutely.
And that's kind of, we're hunters and killers. That's it. Yi Ying is 500 days carnivore, all was going really well. Last few months, I have major fatigue and dizziness. Can't understand why.
A little more fat.
Yeah, more fat and take a nap. More fat and take a nap. Because we're all sort of led to believe you have to have energy all the time. Lions sometimes take a nap.
Sure.
In the middle of the day.
Yeah. Make sure you're getting enough, not just like lean meat. You need the fatty beef.
Yep, and that's fat. I try to get rare to raw. I love butter.
Yeah, butter super healthy for your energy, for sure. Add that right into your beef a little bit.
Yeah.
Steve, kill the comp. Okay.
Steve.
Good morning, Steve. Good morning, everyone. I'm 41 with type 2 diabetes and overweight. I switched to carnivore mostly and lost 75 pounds. My blood sugar levels are stabilized. That's great. And then he would like to know, Dr. Kiltz, are there any doctors you can recommend in how do you say, Utica or Syracuse area?
All the docs are great. Remember, our job is to listen and learn and teach our doctors. You're not there. You're there to say, hey, doc, I'm doing carnivore. Can you support me? If they kick you out of practice, well, that's another story. But, it's like, hey, I don't recommend it, but I'll work with you. And again, we want to begin to think of the doctors as our collaborators. And if we think them as like, I'm not going to that doctor, well, we're never going to come together.
That's so awesome that you're saying that, doctor. And that's why so glad that I'm working with you, because to think on that next level of how to make that inclusive network occur, that's very good thinking. Very good thinking.
I appreciate those comments, because that really, it's so important for all of us. On my I have a cardiologist. I have a nurse practitioner, primary. We all have different ideas. And
I've got friends of mine, like I said, that are doctors, and I don't discount what they say at all. But there's a part of a conversation now where everyone knows what I'm doing, which is the carnivore. Everyone's talking about it, even doctors that are not at all, because, think of it, for decades and decades and decades, we've been learned and taught this other way. We have not been taught this way. So as soon as someone talks about this carnivore thing, it's anti everything that we've been taught for decades and decades, and all forces of media.
could raw milk have benefits, or raw dairy have some benefits? And I say yes, there may be some benefits from time to time if you have terrible gut dysbiosis, but usually the fasting and the fat, like just go right to butter, it helps a lot for my best gut. Fluid, I love carnivore. I can lift heavier compared to when I was feeling weak as a vegetarian for sure. Although there are vegan vegetarians that are bodybuilders, and but I don't think it's sustainable. I think that's one of the biggest challenges. There you go. Read it, Ali. Would you please? I'm sorry.
Sure. My strokes. This is from Tom, Frugal Prepper. My strokes were from pulmonary hypertension. Yeah, 3 packs a day, smoke for 25 plus years, different than normal hypertension. Now that I'm on the right medication, hopefully no more strokes. He said in another comment he had 4 or 5 strokes, 5 or 6 strokes.
And interesting, our good friend Mitch, Old Guy Carnivore, following us at 7 a.m. Eastern time. You got to check him out. Had an intracranial hemorrhage from a fall, and then went on to have a stroke later on after they may not have quite approached it in the right way. But I think that again, no matter what, even a carnivore, we're all going to be fertilizer, and what we die of, don't know. Most common diseases still the most common killers, even in carnivores. All right. Any other comments there, Dr. Nelson? And you can see I haven't seen all of them.
There's a question here. My father has no gallbladder. Is there anything different we need to do a keto carnivore diet for him?
James, what's your thoughts? You have any?
I would recommend that he talks to his actual doctor on that one. But I've not heard or aware that carnivore is still not going to be a perfect solution. I'm not aware of any reason that the carnivore diet's lifestyle is not going to produce a healthier person. So I would definitely get your opinion on that, though, doctor.
I think carnivore, and Dr. Nelson, maybe you comment also, is that no matter what, you don't need your gallbladder in order to eat carnivore, and carnivore still is the very best diet for all of us.
Plenty of carnivores without gallbladders, and it is an organ that it has its utility, its function, but we truly don't need it because it's just a reservoir. The liver produces the bile acids, and they are stored in the gallbladder for immediate secretion when you eat. So the liver compensates, and most people are able to adapt to a high-fat diet.
Yeah. And I think that is critical. Let's see. Good day, everyone. Just wanted to ask why I'm having shorter breath every time I start carnivore. Magtulungan. I don't know that answer other than are you walking? Are you fearful of carnivore? Is that anxiety? I think a lot of people are still fearful of carnivore. Oh, be careful about eating meat. But I would probably say maybe get checked, see what's going on with your heart and lungs, and go slow.
One to me.
Get walking, get moving. For sure. And I have desks. They're all stand up, by the way. I do 100 push-ups every day, and I do about an hour of walking most every day. And again, we're not, what rock did you sit on 50,000 years ago? And did the chief say they don't need their gallbladders? Let's take their gallbladders out because they don't need them. And you're gonna be like, what? Nah. I mean, on carnivore, if as we're working in this world to share how carnivore is important for moms and dads, young and old, and all ages, pregnant or not, breastfeeding or not, and then maybe, and I visualize it, I see it, that we're going to have far fewer people needing gallbladders removed, appendix removed, and all sorts of other surgical approaches. Now, I'm sure we still want to get on the slopes and snowboard and ski, and we're going to need the orthopedic surgeon to fix our knees.
Oh, wow. We got to do the giveaway. So everyone, hashtag KMT. Today it's the Kiltz Mosquito is Carnivore book. So please put hashtag KMT.
What's your next hack here, James Sherman, and pushing out for, sharing with others how important what you're doing is?
So I've got my nice website, getvermontsbest.com. I did my first round of marketing, and so I've got the Killington Hilton will now have our beef on specialties and for smash burgers and for all of their guests. I've got a nice sign up on the Killington Road. So my next step is just to continue to share the message with as many people as I can, share how to get access to excellent quality beef jerky, skin tallow lotion. And as people hear the story and learn more about it, the work is already, as Dr. Mentioned, more than one person's working on this. But what is a possibility is, there's now, if you take a look at the Harvard study on carnivore, 90+% of people got off of chronic diseases and reverse them by going the carnivore lifestyle. So from the insurance perspective, if you start to behave like that and show that that's your lifestyle, it becomes an insurable product to be able to have a much less expense. For example, maybe as little as $500 for the whole year to cover an insurance that only covers a medical emergency. Because if you're doing the carnivore lifestyle, you're not going to have the need for all of these different medications that have only come around for the last 25 years that have been a pill that for a chronic disease that wasn't needed 25 years ago. So if you don't have the disease, you don't need the pill. The insurance covers you for what you might need, which might be the surgery for your knees, something like that. That's what we're working on. More and more people will know about it. Maybe we can have a meetup here in Killington and keep the conversation going in so many different ways. For example, what doctors already doing and what your Kiltz Network and Health is already doing, seems like there's already great ways for us to continue the conversations.
And we want to be part of that because I think, again, we're working to collaborate around the country, around the globe, helping our brothers and sisters see that a meat-centric diet, faith and fasting, critical to me also, but we do need to have ways that we can all contribute, and then a non-for-profit, which is for always, remember, non-for-profit, but always for people. And again, not a free, but it has to be always a way that we all could contribute, because we're contributing to life, and work is the way. Get up and go to work every single day. Critical.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just want to say, Ron Kurtz, congratulations. You won the giveaway. Please email me, alia@drkiltz.com with your address, and we will ship it to you.
Awesome. And again, we appreciate you being here and sharing your story. And it is important for everyone and anyone. We invite everyone with a story to be on one of our morning lives. And don't forget, you can also join the Keto Carnivore course. It's 3 months. Dr. Nelson, Alia, but we're also bringing in guest contributors, which I think are very important. Our 30-day carnivore course, which you get also online. We're working to get all this on Amazon and through drkiltz.com. We're making it an investment into your life and health and wellness. And that's, I think, the most important part. You have to you have to contribute in order to grow and make it better for our children's children. Last comment, James, before we go.
Yeah, I'm use a Vermont phrase. I'm wicked excited about what's happening right now. When I was a little kid, I wondered, what am I going to do to help make things better? But this is clearly it. It's really, really basic. We grew up thinking a doctor, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, if we'd heard this little tune about, having our ground beef, which is our ancestral way of eating, keeps us super strong, fit, and healthy. And that's what was in our brain. I think we could just as easily be on that path now. But now, as you've mentioned, Doctor, there's over 1 million people worldwide that are now doing the carnivore lifestyle. We just have to keep on talking about it, having it be an inclusive opportunity, whether you eat vegetarian or however you eat. It's just open-mindedness to how you can improve your health and your families. So I'm really, really happy to be here and thankful. So thank you all for inviting me here.
And Dr. Nelson, what's the new shirt say?
It says steak a day keeps the doctor away.
But
really?
We want to hang out with the doctors, by the way, and the practitioners, clinicians around the world, and support them. And now we can have a beautiful meal together. We can go snowboarding, skiing, or take a walk, and so many things we can do together. And so again, gratitude to the amazing healthcare professionals around the globe that are really working their very best. And we're working on ways to even make, carnivore Mediterranean diet, right? All right.
All right, everybody. See you tomorrow or see you tonight.